hurt before I had an open door. So I told myself I never let that happen again. I've been walking around.
Hello, Facebook family and internet world. My name is Raquel, and this is Pages of Life. I just want to share with you some exciting news. Pages of Life, we are expanding, and I'm going to be doing some live interviewing right here on Pages of Life. I'm going to have some real life people that I'm going to be talking with, and they're going to be sharing their stories. And I want to invite you, if you have an interesting story that you would like to share with the Facebook family and the internet world, hit me up in my inbox, and I definitely will get back with you, okay? Today we're talking about how do you know when you have found the right mate? How do you know when you found the right person that you're supposed to be with? Now, all of us have our own criteria that we judge and that we go by, what we want in a mate. Be it a man or a woman, we have our own list of, things that from a little girl or from a little boy that we decided that we wanted. And let me tell you, there's a number of books out there that people are trying to give you advice, and you can read upon what characteristics to look for in a good person or in a good man or a good woman. But do you really ever really know somebody? Do you ever really know when they're the right person? Well, at some point, I would imagine you do. Well, today I want to talk about that, and I have a few key points that I want to go over with you. But I would definitely want to invite you to, dialogue with me. Hit me up and let me know what your thoughts are about this topic, okay? The first one is, if you're able to be yourself with that person. Now, a lot of us, we all have masks. When we first meet somebody, we hide behind that mask and we don't want them to see the real us. A lot of times it's because we have self-esteem issues and we think, well, if they see the real us, then maybe they won't like us. But if you have met someone and you can be the real you with them, then you probably want to keep that person around. The next one is that you're not afraid to disagree with them. You're not afraid to disagree with them. A lot of times, we are afraid of hurting people's feelings, or we're afraid that they're going to get mad at us or they're not going to like us anymore, because we're not able to disagree. But if you have found someone that you can disagree with them and you guys can agree to disagree, then that's a good thing too. They don't compare you to others. Now, this is kind of hard a lot of times because a lot of us have had some bad relationships and we bring baggage into the relationships, and it's kind of hard not to compare that person. But if you met someone who doesn't compare you to other people, then that's a great thing. Now, here's one. You feel a closeness and a connection with that person that you've never felt with anybody else. Also, if other people can see how much that person cares about you and love you when you're around, like your family and friends, and people just can see it, there's something about them, it's just their aura, their persona, and they can see how much that person loves you. They can look at them in their eyes and see that they really care about you. That's important, because a lot of times we care about what our mothers and fathers and our friends say about the person that we plan to spend the rest of our lives with. Okay, if there is a balance of attraction. Now, what does that mean, a balance of attraction? Well, that means that when you see that person, you don't always want to jump their bones. There is a balance of attraction emotionally, mentally, and physically. There's a balance there, okay? Here's another one. They are able to be honest with you and be truthful with you, and you're able to be honest and truthful with them. That's a good one. And then not be judged. Because a lot of times we can be very judgmental. But if you found someone who will not judge your past and not judge you when you make mistakes, that's definitely a keeper. Okay? If the person is a good listener and they can hear your heart. Now, a lot of times we say we hear you or we say we're listening, but we're really not listening. So if you found someone who can actually hear your heart, hear what you're saying when you're not really speaking, but they can hear you, that's probably somebody that you want to keep around as well. Okay, okay, here's one. You're not jealous and they're not jealous. You all are both confident with your relationship. That's a good one. Okay, here's one. Your gut and your intuition tells you this is the person. This is the person. There's something about them that your intuition and your gut says, you know what? I have to have this person in my life, and I want them in my life, and I want to be around them, And sometimes your gut tells you, no, No, but we ignore that gut feeling. You definitely do not want to ignore that gut feeling. Okay, how about this one? You can be quiet with them. You can sit for hours and just enjoy their company without having to entertain them, and they don't have to entertain you. And you can just enjoy each other's company. Quiet time. Okay, what about this one? You two share the same dreams and share the same interests. That's always a good one, because that means you have something in common. Okay, you complement each other. You complement each other, and not just in the way that you look, or you both are tall people. No, but emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, you complement each other. That's a good thing. And this one ties in with the complementing each other. You're able, you feel that you have met your match, that they are your match intellectually, mentally, and spiritually, you know. A lot of times in relationships, we outgrow each other because that person wasn't your match. Okay? What about this one? You're able to work on projects together. Now, I know a lot of couples that they've been together for a while, but they are not able to work on projects together. They cannot work together at all. Now, if you met someone that you can work on a project together and you guys can work as a team and it works and it flows, then that person is probably a keeper. Okay? And just a couple more, okay? If this person can support you financially. Now, I'm not just talking about the man being able to financially support the woman, but I'm also talking about the woman being able to bring something to the table. Because in this economy, it takes more than one income to really make it these days. And let me tell you something, ladies. You definitely want to be able to bring something to the table. Because if things don't work out and you don't have anything of your own, then where are you at? You're back at the starting gate, and you definitely don't want to be back at the starting gate. So I leave you with this, my single ladies and my single men. Take your time in your relationships, okay? Take your time. Get to know that person. And I leave you with this. What are you writing on the pages of other people's lives, and what are you allowing them to write on your pages? Be blessed.
Don't you turn me away. Need to feel the safety of